Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got a really great flavor for you guys to profile tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my water started because this is going to be this is definitely the way to start my March series. Bunyawi, welcome. Greg, welcome. What's up? Oh man, so this is gonna be an awesome flavor. It's a green tea from the, and I hope I say this correctly. I'm probably not, but don't hold it against me. It's from the Shizuoka Znea. Welcome. I'm having problems pronouncing this, so just please bear with me. Shizuoka, Shizuoka, prefecture of Japan. I mean, I just gave up trying to pronounce it. I just spelled it out because that is, hey Alejandra, welcome. Because that is something that I would definitely need to be trained on, to say that phonetically. But I did my best. Please don't hold it against me. But this is actually one of the best green teas out there. It's from the early spring. They harvest it, so it's still got a kind of soft green flavor, but it's not gonna be too strong, like gunpowder or sleeping dragon. Those are like kind of strong green teas. This one is gonna be more light and I'm assuming it's gonna be a little bit salty because it is a Japanese green tea, and in Japan they tend to grow tea by the seawater, and so the tea leaves absorb the salt um, from the ocean, and it tends to embed itself in the leaf and it comes out in the tea. So generally, when you drink Japanese green tea, you can tell the difference in a couple different ways. Nicole, welcome. I just saw you pop up. You could tell you could tell the difference between green tea from Japan and green tea from China when you look at the leaf. Japanese green tea tends to be more of a darker green. It has a more salty flavor and a long, uh, practically sharp leaf, as opposed to the Chinese green tea, which is slightly lighter green. Um, Tends to have like little bits of like yellow in it, um, and it's curly or it's straight but cut short. That's the what's called the I believe it's pico is the term for uh, mid to long cut leaf. But it's like curlier. It's more. It's very distinct. The differences between both Japanese green teas and uh, Chinese green teas, just in the look and the oh, my looks like my water's done. By the look, the uh, I just realized I forgot to Wally, welcome. I forgot to open up my packet. I got so caught up in the culture and the differences that I forgot to actually open up the tea. But that's okay. Oh, just gotta open this up a little bit. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, that is so nice. I'll show you in just a minute what it looks like. You guys have seen uh, Chinese green teas. I think this is actually the first Japanese green tea that I'm doing on my stream, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to get a good amount. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so before I put the water in, I want to show you guys how distinct this tea is. You'll see. You'll see for yourself. I get excited when I actually look at green tea because well, you'll see how different it is. Take a look at that. It's a super dark green in the middle. You see like little uh, flecks of like it's generally dark, almost blue green. Um, and if you take a look at the leaves themselves, this is what I was talking about. How they're very straight, very sharp. You can tell the difference. It kind of smells like tea water, not tea water, seawater. Sorry. Um, when you steep it, there's going to be very little change to it. It'll probably open up, but not unfurl the way green tea from China does. So you can see right off the bat, there's a huge difference. And what I find interesting about this particular blend and how it's produced, they actually steam the leaf, so you don't get the oxidation in the same way that you would from regular green leaves or black. Regular green teas or black teas. And there's also something that I'm going to show you guys, which is I'm finding very interesting. But I don't normally do this. I'm going to show you right here. It doesn't float like other teas. Most of the other teas, black, white, and green, they float to the top. You can't really see as it steeps because everything is all the way at the top. You don't see it, but now you can watch as the green teas are down there, and they're not opening. They're just staying flat on the bottom, and that's because of the way that it's processed. Because they're steamed. One, it retains more water, so it retains the weight of it as well. And two, since it's not unfurling as much as usual, it takes a while for it to come up to the top. You see now it's starting to come up. Yeah, it is weird. Like it's you can see it coming up little by little, and I find this very fascinating. Because you could tell this is the difference between a Chinese and a Japanese blend, just because of the texture. Shano, welcome. Just because of the texture and the feeling of it when you drink it, the mouthfeel. So that's something that I find fascinating. I don't drink a whole lot. Am I drinking Lichen? No, I'm drinking Sencha Premier. And oh, excuse me. This is it's very rare. I honestly cannot remember if I've ever done a Japanese green tea on the stream before. If I do, it's a rare thing, and that's something that I really should change because I honestly like the taste of Japanese green tea. Um, Japanese. Oh, excuse me. Japanese green tea has usually has a bit of a milkier, saltier flavor to it, and it's very delicate. So I tend to savor it a little bit more. Um, and there's also I want to bring up a point. I don't often talk about this when it comes to green tea, but it only applies to green tea. There's a term that they use called umami. It's basically the green flavor. That's the term that they use to describe it. Umami. And the umami of this is, well, I'll talk about that. Oh, and I just realized I never set Quackhead. So I'm gonna set Quackhead for, I guess, 1 minute, just to save it on the safe side. Well, it's steamed salted veggie tea, basically. Yeah. I also want to point out that I am severely understeeping this, just to retain the flavor, because while it is a green tea, it will be, it will be more delicate. So I'm trying to keep this between 2 to 3 minutes at 165, I want to say. 165 for about 2 minutes. So that's why I put 1 minute. Yep, there we go. It might be a little bit more, but it won't have been It won't have been much more than 2 minutes. Um, and I'll show you in just a moment what it looks like after it's steeped, because there's a big difference with the between Japanese and Chinese green teas with that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this out. I am super duper excited because I didn't get to talk much about it because I got so excited and made and put the water on right away. Uh, but the smell of it, it's kind of like a milky seawater. Um, and I'm really appreciating how the aroma is. Now you can see it's a very light green, a little bit yellow actually. There's not a whole lot of color in the water. Oh, that is so nice. Over steep green tea is unpleasant. It's like, wow. Uh, and I just realized, thank you for reminding me. I wanted to make the announcement. I'm going to have to post it later on tonight because today was a really busy day. I didn't get a chance to do it while I was at work. But I will make an announcement later on at the end of the the end of the stream. Um, but I'll take care of that. Oh, anyway, so back to the task at hand. Mm. This smells. It smells like seawater, a little bit creamy, but um, there's a certain something that it's kind of familiar, almost like seafood. I'm getting kind of like a crustacean smell to it, kind of like lobster, crab, and clam, and it's very much um like a seaweed kind of smell to it, but it smells like really delicious. It's very savory. Oh, that is really nice. This cup is like it's. I think I got it just right. Despite the fact that I forgot to turn on the timer for a bit, I think I timed it just right. It's salty. It's creamy. It's slightly buttery. I'm glad that I used a lower temperature on the green setting because any more than that, it might have ruined the experience a bit for me. Um, because it doesn't like I've never had a full cup of Sencha Premier. I've probably just had samples. Um, but I don't remember what it was that drew me to it until just now. Like there's a kind of lightly salted butter taste overall. It doesn't taste as much seaweed as I expected. There are some Japanese teas that taste a lot like seaweed. This tastes more like I don't know if you've ever had like the oh, I forgot the name of it. There's a name for the seaweed skin that you put on nori. That's what it is. It took me a minute. It tastes like nori. Now nori is the black seaweed skin that you put on sushi, and it's got a very distinct not just a taste but also the texture to it. It kind of melts in your mouth when you bite it alone. It like very slowly just dissolves, and that's what I'm getting from this. It tastes very. It tastes a little bit salty, a little bit buttery, semi creamy, but not milky. It's very pleasant. I think I really did I got lucky on this one. And the thing about drinking green tea, um, since it's not done from a very hot temperature, you can drink it right off the bat without having to slurp it as much because the heat doesn't burn the tongue, so you are able to get more of the flavor out of it, and you can just sense it as it comes. What's the matter, Shanna? You don't like the idea of drinking sushi skin? It's honestly like I honestly like this a lot. Mm. Now this particular leaf, um, it's the way that it's set up, and that it's cultivated. It's very nice. This is widely considered the number two tea that comes from Japan, like quality wise. The excuse me. The quality is really nice. It's smooth. It's pretty. What's the word I'm looking for? Herman, welcome. The quality is high, and um, it's just under Girokuro, which is the number one best quality, like that's executive style uh, Japanese green tea. So I think my my leaves are dry enough. I'm going to show you guys what it now looks like. It looks like it actually expanded a little bit more than I had anticipated. Trying to drain the water out so that it doesn't drip. I don't know why I bother, because it's gonna drip on my floor anyway. But you know, me trying to make sure that it's taken care of. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys real quick what it looks like. Check that out. So you see, it has grown quite a bit. Oh, I'm trying to make sure. Mix it with Genmai chai, you have a meal, pretty much. So I don't know if you can see my finger. I think the glare is a little bit much, but it came up quite a bit. The leaves have opened up and unfurled. Let me pull one out, and there is a huge difference. I think I might have misspoken. Yeah, basically. I think I might have misspoken when I said that it wasn't going to open up too much. I retract that. It opens up, but it opens up really slowly, as you guys saw. And it doesn't unfurl, but it unflaps or unfolds. So I'll show you guys right now. Check out that leaf. That is a huge difference from what you guys saw a few minutes ago, when it was just basically a long, thin strand. That has unfolded. Let me see if I can open that up just a little bit more. It's hard to do that with one hand. But yeah, let me see if I can do this with two hands without actually breaking the leaf. Because me and my sausage fingers tend to not be so delicate. There we go. Okay. I'm trying to get the little end part opened. Aha! There we go. Now we have a full bloom on here. There we go. So if you take a look at that, you see how much it actually opened up. Look at that. And it's still it still folds off a little bit on this edge. But there's a huge difference between where it started and where it finished. And that's part of the way that it's processed. It's folded in a certain way. Hey Ma, welcome. It's folded in a certain way so that as it dries, it holds the form. It's folded rather than rolled. Oh, excuse me. So rolling is what they do in Chinese green teas and oolongs. Um, the only difference is in with oolongs is it's less oxidized. Oh, sorry, no, more oxidized as a green tea and rolled tighter. Um, yeah, I need to get another sip of this because it's just so good. Mm. Now, the one thing I want to also say generally about green tea is unless you make it iced, it does not taste good when it's room temperature. It's gonna fall flat. It's gonna be a little bit bitter. So I would recommend if you're gonna drink this, drink. Oh, it's okay, ma. Don't worry about it. Better late than never. If you're gonna drink this, drink it while it's hot. Um, Otherwise, the the taste is gonna be a little bit a little bit saltier, a little bit more bitter, and a little bit soapy. That's what you get from all green teas. So, I mean, this is no exception. As high a quality as it is, it's still going to be really good. Sorry, it's still going to be a kind of gross if it's room temperature. I don't know how it would taste if it was iced. That would be a completely different experience. And I can tell you this: I had Girokuro once at Adagio, but it was steeped in a very strange way. I've never had a tea. Miriam, welcome. I've never had a tea that was steeped like that before, but it was very interesting and a little bit. It was delicious. I'll tell you that much. Um, the way that they did it. Oh, it's okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Miriam. Make yourself at home. Uh, the way that the Girokuro was steeped was the guy had put it in one of the you guys have seen the one that I have, the Ingenuity, that it's a cup, and then underneath there's a little trigger that once it goes up, the tea pours out from the center. He steeped it in that and kept it over the cup. Um, but at the bottom, he put the tea, and on top of it, he put ice cubes and let the ice cubes melt over the tea and drip into the cup below. And it gave it for a very interesting taste because it's pretty much iced tea, but it's kind of like a very slow steeping process where it just gets the surface of the leaf rather than soaking it and pulling out what was coming out. It's more of a delicate taste. So the Girokuro done that way was excellent. It was time consuming. It was, but I think that if you're patient, it's worth it. I don't see myself steeping anything like that uh, for a full cup, um, because it would probably, I mean, one, it'll warm up by the time all of it is steeped, and two, I mean, a full size cup, you're gonna have to keep loading it with ice over and over again, and that's just gonna be redundant. So, what I would recommend is if you were to try this at home, do it in a traditional teacup like this. See, it's very small, doesn't hold a whole lot, but the little that it does hold would be tasty. So, I definitely recommend doing it like that. If you ever had the chance to get Gurokuro or Sencha Premier, it will work on both. Um, it just takes a really long time. Mm. Oh, Oh, it's so good. Whew. So, um, yeah, I think that was a good time. I'm gonna probably do this a couple times, but as usual, I want to open up the floor to questions or comments or anything you want to bring up. Now would be a good time. I'm gonna reflect a little bit on the taste, just to consider some things because this is the kind of tea that you can get lost while trying to explore. There's so much to think about when you consider the flavor, the texture, the mouthfeel, the smoothness of it as you drink it. Um, and it's a lot. You need a color shot. A color of what? Oh, the color of the tea. I I did that. If you okay, what I'll do is you'll see. I'll send you the YouTube because I don't want to. I don't want to keep going back and um like repeating myself because it'll get redundant for those who come in. So I'll send you the link to the YouTube and you'll get that. Oh, you'll get your color shot. It's already on the it's already on the stream. Don't worry. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Anyway, so there's so much to consider, especially since this is the well, it's okay. She can have a social life. Don't worry about it. There's so much to consider when drinking this kind of a tea because um, you can, like I said, you can get lost while considering all the little details that there are to it. Um, it's I would definitely recommend this. This is on a bit on the expensive side, but it's worth it because there's a lot to appreciate when you drink it. It's very smooth, very buttery. I highly recommend it. This kind of reminds me of the high end jasmine tea that I had before. It was what was it called? Fujian Jasmine Pearl, and it's creamy and a stronger buttery flavor, but it's got the only difference is like the jasmine scent to it. Um, it kind of like it affects the taste a lot. Um, because taste is 80% smell. So as you drink it, you get the jasmine flower, very perfumey, and it gives it more of a relaxing tone as you drink it. This one you get the same buttery, the same creamy taste, but without the jasmine scent. So it takes on a more savory tone. It takes it's very it's buttery. I how would I put this? Because I don't want to diminish the quality by comparing it to one of my favorites. Because this is a quality of its own, and you know, I mean, like I could drink this all day. Especially since it's caffeinated, and when you're having one of those days at work, this is definitely going to perk you up. Unfortunately, it's not the kind of tea that you can steep more than once. Um, this is a one shot and you're done. Now, what I'm doing when I drink this is I'm also inhaling through my nose, and I'm gaining a new kind of appreciation. I don't normally do that when I drink teas because when they're hot, you have to slurp, and it's really hard to slurp and breathe through your nose at the same time. At least for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's like, oh, I one of my one of my ears just popped when I tried that, and it was not that. Oof, that's never happened before. But now you know why I don't slurp and breathe through my nose at the same time. Oh, misadventures. Mm. Oh yeah, but that's a good. That's a really good. Uh, it's a really good flavor. Like I'm enjoying the saltiness of it, um, because it's not too overpowering. There are some green teas out there that are super salty. Other Japanese green teas can get like that sometimes. This one is really smooth. This one is really good. It's kind of like a lightly salted cracker. That level of salt, where it's not, uh, it's not overpowering. It's just there. It's pretty well balanced. So there was something that I wanted to talk about. There was. Let me go down a little bit more, because it was on the site. We talked about the texture. Okay, yeah, here we go. So this I found very interesting. It says at the end of the tea making process, the tea master will carefully blend a tiny bit of broken up tea dust to give the finished cup more body and richness. So you can actually see these particles when you scoop out your tea. Was it you're eating lightly salted crackers as I speak? So then you know exactly what this tea tastes like. But I feel like you can add like that little bit of tea dust that they add to it makes a difference because it's like the tea dust. Let me put it this way: when you process tea and the leaves get ground up, you have different levels um, of how it's sorted. Well, I don't want to say sorted. You get filters. Yeah, we'll put it that way. You get filters that separate the big leaf from the medium leaf from the short leaf from the dust. Was this a sad attempt at something good? I don't quite get what you're trying to say there. Excuse me. So at the end of it, like when you get the tea dust, that's kind of what Lipton gets. They get the tea dust and they put it in bags, and that's what you're drinking, and that's why you don't get that flavor that you're supposed to from tea, because that's like the very bottom of the barrel. But because it's dust, it's easier to process, it's easier to bag, and it's easier to ship out. It's just not a really great quality. However, in this case, you're getting the big leaf with the tea dust added to it, so that it gives it kind of an accent. You get that umami flavor. Excuse me, that umami flavor, not magnified. It's kind of accented in there, so that when you scoop the tea out, I've been fighting that hiccup and it just insists on coming out. You get that extra added umami flavor, so that it's kind of like when you add the let's say if you were to make hot chocolate and then you take the chocolate shavings. What was it? L.A. Burdick makes hot chocolate out of melted chocolate shavings, so that you get more of a concentrated flavor as opposed to drinking quick, which is the chocolate powder. So let's say you want to combine the two. You get the full flavor of the chocolate shavings with the accent of the chocolate powder that blends into the water better, so that it adds more of a texture to the milk itself. It's the same thing with this tea. The powder adds to the texture and gives the water more volume. So as you drink it, it feels creamier, and it feels like a thicker kind of water to it. And that's something that I found very interesting, and that's one of the details that you can get a little bit. I don't want to. Well, I don't want to say hung up on it, but you can find what was it you want? Oh, one of the LA Burdicks drink. Yeah, I don't blame you. They are really good. But the texture of the powder does an incredible job of adding some volume to it, and gives you like more uh, of a of a thickness and a creamier texture as you swallow. So this is just like an amazing. This is what makes for an amazing tea. Mm. I'm gonna have to top myself off. I'm already running a little bit low, but oh my god, this is so good. No, I only have half a cup left. I'm kind of, I'm kind of disappointed that it's only half a cup. What is it? Hi, Martier. Is that your? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but welcome. I'm glad you could make it. I am. I've only got half a cup left, and I'm severely disappointed because, like, I was hoping to get more out of this, and I know I'm just being greedy. But this is a really great tea, and like, I mean, I could. I feel like I feel more refined, uh, like like a gentleman, if that makes sense. When I drink this tea, um, because of its higher quality and because of its smoothness, um, it's definitely the kind of tea that you'll appreciate, especially if you like green tea. Um, this would make a good step if you're going from Chinese green teas to Japanese green teas. This is a good way to explore different regions. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I'm feeling fancy. This is like, whew, this is super good. I'm not gonna lie. This is like I'm really feeling good about this. Um, this is nice and soothing. I can contemplate, like I can see myself drinking this tea alone in a room and just contemplating um the different qualities that it has, and just like sitting there and concentrating and really looking for things, because there's so much going on. There's a little bit of seafood or seaweed in it. There's a little bit of not not actual seafood, but like just in the taste, you can get a little bit of seafood. You get a little bit of salt, a little bit of butter, a little bit of milk, a little bit of cream, um, a little bit of well, overall umami that is giving you uh, it's giving you a lot to experience at once. And I mean, sad to say, if you don't sit and think about it, you can miss a lot of the a lot of the little notes that it has to offer. This is you're hearing the fancy song. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. But I'm of that age where I'm out of touch with music. So yeah, you young whippersnappers, you don't know what real music is. Any, anyway, I'm just kidding. Anyway, uh, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up the floor once again for any questions, comments, anything you want to talk about. Now's the time to bring it up. Teresa, I'm going to answer your question as always, even though you're not here. What would this go with? Because of the buttery taste, I would go with something a bit light but savory. So, of course, I would say mashed potatoes. Um, Maybe, French fries, something that's salty to go along with. Um, pancakes and butter, not bad. And waffles. Uh, I could see myself drinking this first thing in the morning. A little. It's strong, but not too strong. So as to drink this with breakfast would not be out of the question. Um, what else? Ritz crackers. Yeah, I could see that. Definitely. And because of the creaminess, I would also uh, go along with maybe a pasta, but not with the cheese sauce. Like I would not do this with an Alfredo. Um, More like if I was to do like a garlic butter sauce, that would go well with this. Uh, so if I were to put at a dessert, I could hear my sister's voice going, "At a dessert." Okay, yeah, and a dessert. Um, I would say, like Ritz crackers. I guess that might probably be a dessert, I guess, or a snack at least. Uh, a biscuit. Yeah, I think if I was to like have a biscuit or a muffin of some sort, I think that would go well. Okay, so questions, comments, just throwing it up there. Go ahead, throw it at me. Um, I want to talk a little bit about the announcements that I wanted to make before. I did not have a chance to do it on Facebook. I am debating whether or not I should do it today or Monday. But Charity Month has officially started. We're going to start raising money for the vanilla ice cream. I would say yes, but only with a with salted caramel would definitely be more suited to this. Um, I would say vanilla ice cream with the caveat that you're gonna need to like expect a little bit of clashing with the salt. Um, I'm not really big fan of salty with vanilla ice cream. I'm more of the salted caramel type. But yeah, definitely. Anyway, so we're going to start raising money for the Autism Research Organization. I'll post it later on tonight. Um, but today we're officially starting to get the fundraising going. So there will be challenges at every tier of goal that we reach. So I'm gonna make the announcements. I'm glad that I actually know what they what they are, because I had so many struggles trying to figure out what I was gonna do. Okay, so first tier, um, once we raise $50, I'm going to shave my mustache and my beard. So that will be the challenge for the $50. For $100, it was oh god, I had it all memorized, and now it's like I'm drawing a blank. $100 was blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, $100 is the iced tea bucket challenge, where I will fill an iced tea, a bucket with iced tea and ice, go outside and have it poured on me. So you guys don't want to miss that if we stop at 100. I hope we don't, but yeah, that's gonna be the iced tea bucket challenge is gonna be the $100 tier. At $200, I'm going to drink 2 full pots of oversteeped green tea. Ugh, that's gonna be gross. So that's the $200 challenge. Once we get that, if we stop at $200, then well, no, like not if we stop, but if we like make 200 and above, that would be my challenge. At $400, this is where it gets interesting. At $400, I will do an entire stream in drag, full makeup, full dress, everything. So at $400, that will be the challenge. That would be the challenge. If we make it to $800 is when it gets super super challenging. I will take 2 hours and drink 5 pots of tea. 5 whole pots of tea. So that's going to be a test of endurance, a test of my mettle. It will make me who I am, and I will be I will be a hero. So how much would it take to get me to wax my mustache and beard? I have no idea. Like, do you prefer shaving or do you prefer waxing? I don't know. I mean, if you want me to be put through that pain, I guess I could do it. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, excuse me. So the $800 challenge is the 5 teapot challenge. So I will be drinking that for 2 hours, and I will be peeing the rest of the night. And the $1,000 challenge, if you guys know I've been talking about this entire time. If we reach that $1,000 goal, which is the highest tier, and I'm really hoping that we can do this, I am going to do the ultimate prize and get a tattoo of a teapot. And you guys, I'm sure $1,000 is reachable for this group, because you all are amazing, and you'll get the word out there. You'll all do your best to help me raise this this money for charity, and put the word out there. Even donate yourselves. Well, don't donate yourself, because that's kind of gross. But donate your money. Donate. Get other people to give to this cause. Let's really do something that will make an impact. And I will get my tattoo and I will stream it. Don't worry, you're gonna see it. But yeah, let's do this. As a matter of fact, let's do it this way. For the $50, I'll shave. For $75, I'll wax. How's that? Does that sound good? Yeah. All right. So that's what we'll do. You'll hold me to it. Shaving for $50, $75 for wax. But I don't want to stop there. I want to keep on going. So I'm only going to do one challenge per tier. If we don't reach the next tier, then I will do whatever challenge we stopped at. So let's say if we raise $199, I will only be doing the second tier, which was the ice bucket challenge, the iced tea bucket challenge. But if we raise that extra dollar, then I do the two teapot, the two oversteeped pots of green tea. So there we go. I will be posting that either later on today or tomorrow, and I'm going to keep on bumping it all month long. I encourage you guys, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with everybody that you know. I want to hit that $1,000 mark, and I know that we can do it. So let's get the word out there. Autism research is an amazing cause, and they how do we get everything to happen? I'll be posting excuse me, I'll be posting a fundraising post on Facebook on the Tea chat, and we'll have not on the Tea chat, on the Tea group, and we'll get the awareness out there. We'll start raising funds. I will personally put my first donation on there once I get it, because I don't want to be that guy that makes you all do all the work. So I am pledging right now. I'm going to make the first donation. Um, yeah. How much? Oh, to get me to do everything? Okay. Let's do 1,500. I will do everything for $1,500. That I think would be. It's fair. It's fair. Because it's like we'll be raising one and a half times. Get a tattoo while in drag without shave. That's gonna be very complicated, especially when we get to the iced tea bucket challenge while Jose is trying to work on the tattoo. Yeah, no, it will be one challenge at a time. Game on, absolutely, and welcome Sarah Cersei, welcome. Uh, yeah, absolutely. We're gonna get this we're gonna get this goal. I already said that once we get to 1,200, I will add. Was it 1,200? I think. I will add a teacup and a tea. Was a teacup and a tea bag to it. What was this? I want you to put makeup. Oh, I want to put makeup on you. Okay, but like, we'll we'll figure something out. But yeah, if we hit the 400 mark, um, or the 1,500 mark, that's what we'll do. You'll put the makeup on me. Mm. Okay. So another thing. I want to see if we can schedule for later on this month a a tea crawl, because by the end of March it should start to warm up a bit. Fingers crossed. I want to see how the weather works. If it goes well enough, I will let you guys know, and we'll do about. I'll give you guys a week in advance. Let me know if you're coming. Definitely. That way, you know, we can really get something that's organized, and um, we won't be sitting there in one spot for like 2 3 hours waiting for somebody who's not going to show up. So yeah, what was this? Oh, I would love to hear you sing that song. You're so gonna sing that song while you're doing my makeup. That's what it is. Anyway, so challenge is on. I am going to post that later on today. And P.S. You spelled my name wrong, but that's all right. It's there. There's an E in there, AEL. Uh, but anyway, yeah, that's the two announcements. Is there any other announcement that comes to mind? Uh, I don't think so, but I mean it's a pretty big announcement anyway. So this is going to be an awesome experience, you guys. Like I can't wait to really get this going. In drag, I am Michelle. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's what they used to call me in French class anyway, Michel, because that's French for Michael. So it's whatever I want, Michelle. Yeah, only for this. Only for only for that challenge. Oh, whew. I got I'm like starting to get stuffed there. So as I'm drinking this and it's cooling down, it's actually not as salty as I thought it would be. It's getting to be, well. Actually, it's pretty much room temperature now, but it still retains that salty creaminess without getting bitter, which I'm actually kind of surprised about, because generally you can't drink room temperature um, room temperature green tea without at least a little bit back. But no, this is actually retaining a lot of the good flavor. And only spoke Francais in junior high school for 1.5 years. So, yeah. I don't speak it per se. I can count from 1 to 10 and ask for an omelet with cheese. Uh, that's pretty much it. A tea crawl at the end of the month is technically a tea crawl for your birthday. Okay. Oh, excuse me. That would be an incentive. So make sure you yell at the weather to make sure that it warms up. Oh, excuse me. That it warms up enough. Ah, doggone it. I'm trying to finish my speech here. Just yell at the weather to make sure that it behaves for your birthday, and yeah, we'll go out. My God, I'm like so stuffed right now, but this is so good. Like I'm thoroughly enjoying this tea. Mm. I still have a couple sips left. I took a little while to make those announcements, and it's like I forgot to drink after a little bit. But yeah. Oof. Okay, so keep an eye out for it. It's going to be within the next couple of minutes after I post this stream. Um, and Miriam, I'll send you the link to the YouTube thing, so you can like find where it was that I showed the color of the tea, and you'll get your video bites. Um, yeah. So, all right, last call. Any questions, comments, anything you want to say? Speak now or forever hold your peace. You probably have another couple minutes because I have about 2 or 3 sips left in this. Mm. Oh, it's so good. Like I'm feeling like both energized and slightly like I'm energized and slightly like in a dreamlike state. Like I feel like this is making me happy. Like I'm sophisticated. I'm happy. I'm what's the word? I want to say something. It's hard to describe, but I have a really nice feeling right now, and I'm really I feel happy that I got to share this tea with you guys, because it's not often that I do a tea like this that's a little bit on the higher end, but a really good quality. It's very. I mean, this is very good for you. It's unsweetened. It's organic. It's untouched by chemicals. Like this is the good stuff. You know. Whew. Mm. One more sip. There's still there's still tea in there. Oh man, but like I want to highly encourage you to buy a bag for yourself. It is, like I said, it is a little bit on the expensive side. So you get, for a 4 ounce bag, you get $24. Uh, for the 16 ounce, it's 49. So you'll get that quality from it. Honestly, I would pay $50 for this for a 16 ounce. I guess that's a tin. I Yeah, I think at that point it's a tin. But it's really good. So I definitely would recommend it. Oh my God, I'm like, actually, yeah, because I think that the quality, the price will go for it, because you get 16 ounces for $50. But for this one, since you get 4 ounces for 24, 8 ounces would be about 50. So 16 ounces, you're getting 4 times the amount. Yeah, that $50 is a steal. I say if you're gonna go for it, go big, because this is definitely a good quality tea. It's an $8 sample, so if you're not sure if you want to buy it, try the $8 sample first. I highly recommend it. It's You won't regret it. And as usual, I will post the link to buy it yourself, because I mean, like, I want you guys to experience this for yourself. Ah, there we go. No more tea. It's all done. So I want to thank you guys for joining me once again. It was an amazing experience. Please keep an eye out for the post, and we're gonna go ahead and get the fundraising started tonight. Um, and if you have any suggestions on how to spread the word, how to get recognition for the organization, if you want to bring out awareness, just let me know what you suggest, and I'll see what we can do. In the meantime, have a great weekend, a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.